This is a 1990 Acura Integra. We're doing rear brakes on it. It's making a grinding noise. So as you can see, the brakes are already bad. You know, and the rotors are gonna need to be turned. So we're gonna do this right now. You first want to start off by taking this shield right here. You have a 10mm bolt right here that you have to take off. This one. You're gonna take this one off right here, and you should be good after that. Once that shield is off, you're able to see the bolts on the caliper, which is this one. It's a 12mm, and this one right here. That's so you can take off the caliper and take off the brakes. I broke the top one loose already. The only issue is the bottom one, which is this one right here. A socket doesn't fit because of this space, you know, so you can't do it with this. It won't fit. So what you got to do is use a wrench, 12mm wrench, and break it free, and loosen this up. So the way you loosen this one is you pull it up towards the bottom of the car, and I'm going to use a special trick to loosen it up. So I use another wrench to get extra leverage on it. Now that I have those two bolts out, I'm just gonna do this and it should slide off. There you go. Move that out of the way. You're able to take off the brake pads. As you can see, there's nothing. This one had a little bit left, no, but this one doesn't have anything. So we're gonna have to turn the rotors, which is like resurfacing it, because it has it's already engraved inside. So we have to take this off, this bracket, brake caliper bracket off, and that one consists of two 17mm bolts. Sorry, it was two 14mm bolts in the back. Kind of hard to see, but just two of them. This one right here, and this one right here. I'm taking out the top 14mm bolt. And that should let the bracket go loose. You can take it off. There you go. And just put this to the side. Here's the other 14mm bolt. Put it to the side. Now to take the rotor off, you have two Phillips screws right here that you need to take off. Now if you use a regular screwdriver, you're just gonna mess them up and you won't be able to take it out. Then it's gonna be hard to punch the bolts out. So my advice is getting a special tool for those, and it's called the impact screwdriver set. You get it at Harbor Freights for like $7, I think it is. That consists of this right here. You know, it's a pretty cool tool to use and to have. You know, you put that like that, and then you get one that fits it. Just this one. And put it right there. So when you hammer that out, when you put it in, you hold it in tight and you hammer it and you twist, and it knocks it loose. It's kind of like a weird gadget, but it works really well. Hammer here in this impact. So what I want to do is put it in there, hold it nice and tight, and then we'll hammer it right here to knock it out. Hammered it, and now you're able to turn it. Without this, I would have stripped the bolt. I think someone else that did it before I did stripped it, you know, and they probably had to buy one of these to get it out. But you see, it's coming out pretty easy. It's not too difficult with this thing. You gotta hit it pretty hard to knock it loose. There you go. That's how this works. I'm good to go. After that, you should be able to take this out. If it's a little hard, you could always hammer it a little bit to the side and it pops out, but normally it's good. That's how you push the caliper back in. You're gonna need this kind of tool right here. You know, you use it to put it back in its original position before putting the brake pad on. You know, there's different types of calipers where you need to twist twist this thing while it pushes it back. But this one's just a normal caliper where you just push it in with pressure. The ones that you twist and push back, those are a little harder. You need like a special tool for that. For this caliper, for you to push it back and reset it, so you can put the new brake pads in. You see how it has like a slot on the piston right here? You know, these are special calipers where you gotta use a special tool. You do not use the one common one where you know, you twist it and you push the caliper piston back. It needs to turn, it needs to rotate and be pushed back. So you need a different type of tool. I could use this one right here. You know, with the ratchet, and what it does, it turns it and you push it and then pushes back in, and that's the only way you could get it back. So this is the tool I use to push it in. As you can see, it's already all the way in. You know, it should be good now, ready to be placed back on. So I had to buy some new rotors and put the 2 screws back on. And then I ended up putting the 2 of 14mm right here to tighten this. That's what I still need. I ended up taking these out and putting some disc brake grease in there. You have to lubricate it so it can move up and down, so it could make a even wear on the brake pads. This is really essential for that. So right now I'm going to tighten those 2 14mm bolts in the back. 2 14mm bolts for the brake pad bracket. Now it's time to put the brake pads back on. And before I put them on, I'm going to put grease right here and grease right here. Grease right here. So I put the brake pads on now. And now it's time to slide the caliper on there. So now I slid the caliper back on there. Now it's time to put the 2 12mm bolts right here. Tighten it up. Keep in mind the other side is also the same way you do it. Not too hard. Now it's complete. Put the 2 10mm bolts back on for that cover, and you're pretty much done. You know, put the wheel back on and tighten it up and get ready.
to drive the car and test it out.